I hope that this eczema treatment, or our eczema treatment, or whatever you want to call it, is helpful to somebody, because whenever we first started our eczema stuff with Finn, I was completely in the dark. I had no clue what I was doing, and it was really kind of scary. I knew he would be okay, and I knew he wasn't sick, and so I felt bad about like complaining about it. To me, it was a big deal, and so I don't know, and I know there's other moms out there too where like you see your kid's face just oozing something, and that's scary to look at, and you see their skin just like, I don't know, crusting over. That's scary to look at. So I hope that this helps somebody, and I hope that if you are nervous about what is happening with your child's skin, that either this video helps you, or at least points you in the right direction, or maybe even says, you know, maybe I need to go see a doctor. His eczema is getting really bad on the inside of his wrists and the inside of his elbows, his ankles, and even the inside creases of his toes. The inside creases of his toes are gross. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. We are bringing Finn to the doctor this afternoon. His eczema is really starting to kind of worry me. I can't get the ones on his wrist and his elbows under control, and they keep opening back up, and no matter how much I try, they're staying dirty. I cannot. He's too active, and so I really just need them to, I need the patches to go away. So what I'm going to the doctor for is to see if possibly getting him put on an oral steroid, because in the past what we've done is he gets put on an oral steroid, and that helps to get his breakouts under control, his flare-ups under control, and that has helped us kind of reset. So that's what I'm hoping to do. That's what I'm hoping that they will do. The only problem with that is that he doesn't sleep very much whenever that happens, but I'd rather him not sleep than get a very serious infection. So if he doesn't already have one, I mean, they might even have to check him. He may have one. We're gonna go let the doctor look at it and see what he says, and hopefully it's gonna be okay. But I think that he needs a steroid. So I think that they've broken open too much for the topical to work. With him being so active and wanting to be outside and wanting to run around, and you know, it's just so much that he gets into, and I don't want to stop him from doing that. I mean, he's a kid, and so and he's all boy. Like, he wants to be in the dirt, and he wants to play with the frog, and he wants to, you know, he wants to rub his spaghetti on his arms, and it's just gross, and he just wants to be disgusting, and I don't want to stop him from experiencing all of those things. So I try to keep them clean as best I can, but it's gotten away from me this time, so I need to go and get a little help. So I'm gonna go see what they say, and if they say I just need to step it up and figure out how to keep them clean better, then that's what I need to do. But for now, I just think I need the doctor's opinion and see what he says. Okay, so we just left Finn's doctor's appointment. He did not need steroids, or the doctor doesn't think that he needs steroids. He said that what he has is all those little spots that I showed you. I'm actually gonna show you again, like the one on his wrist, the one on his ankle. He has some in his elbows, the bottom of his toes, the outside of his elbows, the inside of his elbows. The back of his back is really scaly. That doesn't show up on camera very well. Whereas the inside, like the crease of his ears right here, the underside of his toes, he's starting to develop a rash right here on his cheeks, underneath his arm. His eczema is just starting to get really out of control, and it's I think it has a lot to do with the weather, but I really just don't know. It's just one of those things, I just don't know what it is. So the doctor said the reason why I'm having a really hard time controlling it is because those major spots are really infected, and that is bad. And so the reason why I can't get the swelling to go down is because it's not just the eczema that I'm fighting, it's the infection that I'm fighting. So he put him on some antibiotic, Cefalexin, I think, the pink one. That's super yummy, that I always remember getting whenever I was a kid. It's the one that goes in the fridge and it tastes like bubble gum. And it is, and he also put him on a different antihistamine, at least while this is happening, because obviously the Zyrtec is not stopping it. It's not stopping the itching, it's not stopping any of it. So we are gonna try that. And he also suggested that we do a wet wrap, which is something that the allergist told us to do a long time ago. Mainly if we run the heater, because the air gets really dry. And what you do is you take some pajamas, dip them in water and wring them out, put the wet pajamas on him, and then put dry pajamas on top of that. And then that's called a wet wrap. And you let them sleep like that. I never did it because we didn't run our heater this year, and anytime the air got a little dry, I just ran a humidifier. Hang on just a second, Ellie. I just ran a humidifier in his room. I don't know why he's fussing. But I think that it's time to try the wet wrap. So I think today is just gonna be an eczema day, and I think it's just gonna be time to throw everything at the wall and try to get this back under control, because I cannot stand seeing him like this. He can't wear shoes, he can't run around barefoot. He has to run. I can't just make him sit still all day long. I can't strap him to the bed. So he has to run, and I don't know, he pulls his socks off. I don't know what else to do. So we're just gonna try it. We're gonna try wet wrap. So we're gonna do it. Benny is not in a good mood, and he and Ellie have destroyed this room. Patrick is working. Finn! Patrick is working late today, and he did not take a very good nap. And I can come up with a million excuses about why my house and myself look like this, and why he's acting like this. But we're all just gonna agree that sometimes life happens like this. Okay, so this is our eczema treatment. Mupirocin is our first step if his skin breaks open. It's basically Bactroban. That's actually the brand name of it, is Bactroban. That's our first step. Get your hands out of there, boy. The next step is cortisone cream. Hydrocortisone 2.5 is for anything above the neck or under a diaper. You can actually get that if you have a mild case of eczema, or you want to check and see if it's possibly eczema before spending money to go to the doctor. Go to the store and get hydrocortisone and see if it works. That'll help. Next is the strong stuff. This is the big dog of steroid creams that we have. This is, and I'm going to mess this up, triamcinolone. Stop eating the medicine. You know what? Just look at it. This is his prescription steroid ointment that we use. This is for the really big flare-ups, whenever his skin is just sloughing off and he's starting to like ooze. I don't know how else to put it. Or whenever his skin feels like it's disgusting. Whenever it's just dry and rough and it feels like dragon scales, and it just gets really, really bad. So today, since he has infections, and we know that he has infections, we have a lot of work to do. And on top of all of the ointment and all of the steroids and all of the antibacterial stuff and the moisturizer, we also have to do a wet wrap. First I have to do the ointments, and that's gonna suck because he's in a bad mood. So let's get that going. This is his Bactroban. If you look, come see, look, come stand right here. Just show him, look. Whoa, where you going? Whoa, where you going? Whoa, where you going? So that's just Bactroban on his open sores. trying to get any bacteria that's on the surface, trying to kill that. Our major problem is that his shoes rub on his ankles right here. You can see. And then if he doesn't wear shoes, the bottoms of his toes rip off. So, it's kind of a catch-22. And we don't really know what to do about it. If your child has eczema, put them in cotton. That's the only thing that's going to work, and hope for the best. Finn is also allergic to formaldehyde in polyester, so that has a lot to do with why he breaks out. But if your child has eczema, the best thing you can do for them is to put them in cotton. So now we're moving on to hydrocortisone cream. Let me wipe my hands. Okay. Hydrocortisone. Anything above the neck and in the diaper gets hydrocortisone. So, it's easier when they're babies. When he was little, this was so easy. Come here. Come on. Come here. Get over here. You stinker. Come on. Hold your head still. Ready? Set. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. It's going to feel better. It's going to feel better. And on your ears, because his earlobes are tearing right here. That's another common eczema place for Finny. Okay, all done with that. All those places where I put the Bactrio band on his body. Don't touch. Just say cheese. Say cheese. All those places where I put Bactrio band on his body, now I have to put the super strong steroid cream to help get rid of some of the inflammation on his skin, which is not actually going to go away until he's done with his oral antibiotic that I'm on today at the doctor. Because once the bacteria is in his skin, that inflammation is going to stay there until that bacteria goes away. So now we're taking the CeraVe and rubbing it all over him. A ridiculous amount. You're gonna have to fight him. But it's honestly, it's the only thing that's gonna make them feel better. Anyway, I don't make a habit of putting my kids in wet clothes. So, putting them in a wet shirt, which is barely wet, I mean, I wring it out very well. You can't wring any more liquid out of this. It's practically, I mean, it's damp, but it's not, it's wet, but it's not soaking wet. But it's still weird to me to put them in wet clothes. So, but that's what the doctor said to do. Okay, come on. Come on. Look, we're going to put on Mickey Mouse. You ready? Come on, this is going to feel good on your skin. Come on. Okay. There we go. Oh. How's that? Icky, icky. Alright. Alright, so let's put some CeraVe lotion on your legs. You ready? Woo! Oh, you are just so fussy today. Okay, because of his feet, because his toes are kind of like breaking open, he said to make sure to get them really good with the moisturizer. He actually said to put Vaseline, but I am not putting Vaseline because every other time anybody has ever said to put any kind of oil on him, it has caused him to break out far worse than anything. So I'm gonna go against my doctor and I'm not putting Vaseline on him. So I'm gonna put cream on him and hope that that's okay, because I'm not putting oil on him again. We've tried Vaseline, we've tried coconut oil, we're not doing it. So It always makes it, he's doing my hair. It always makes it 100 times worse. It's awful. And here's the wet pants. Even though this feels so weird to me, I mean, I know, baby. I promise he's not freaking out because I'm putting wet clothes on him. He's freaking out because he's angry. And because he's tired and he's just having a rough day. But this is the day that I need to do this. So this is the day that I am filming this. And he's just gonna have to deal with that. So, oh well. Stand up. Stand up. Woo, buddy. Alright. Now, he has on his wet pajamas. You don't put your kid to bed in wet pajamas. You put your kid to bed in damp pajamas underneath dry pajamas so that they don't get cold. And so, that's an important part. The point is to keep their skin hydrated all night long. It's like a hyperhydration system in their body, and even whenever they're sweating at night, it's causing that steam to just release that water and go back into them, and it's supposed to keep their skin super hydrated all night long. And then the moisturizers and the ointments are supposed to work double time and all that. So hopefully this works. I had to chase him in his room. Hopefully I can eventually get this pajamas on him. He's hiding in his tent. What are you doing? Okay. Finally got Finn in his pajamas. It was ridiculous. Okay, so I finally got Finn in his pajamas, and I had to get in his tent with him and like barricade him in and fight him to get his pajamas on, whatever. Anyway, he doesn't seem to be very comfortable, which is something that I'm worried about. One of the things that his doctor put him on today, along with the antibiotic, is a new antihistamine that he's never had before. So it is Atarax, which I've never even heard of. I'm interested to see what this antihistamine is supposed to do. Well, it's supposed to make him stop scratching, and it's supposed to make him a little drowsy. I'm interested to see what it does. So I hope that it's works a little better than Benadryl. I'm supposed to give it to him every 6 hours. So far, he's been in bed now for about 45 minutes, and he's laying on his stomach, kicking his legs. And normally he would be asleep by now. So I am a little concerned that he is either physically very uncomfortable because of the wet wrap, or the not Benadryl, the whatever it is, the Atarax is keeping him up, which is gonna be rough because that's gonna be a long night. I hope that this eczema treatment, or our eczema treatment, or whatever you want to call it, is helpful to somebody, because whenever we first started our eczema stuff with Finn, I was completely in the dark. I had no clue what I was doing, and it was really kind of scary. I knew he would be okay, and I knew he wasn't sick, and so I felt bad about like complaining about it. To me, it was a big deal, and so I don't know, and I know there's other moms out there too where like you see your kid's face just oozing something, and that's scary to look at, and you see their skin just like, I don't know, crusting over. That's scary to look at. So I hope that this helps somebody, and I hope that if you are nervous about what is happening with your child's skin, that either this video helps you, or at least points you in the right direction, or maybe even says, you know, maybe I need to go see a doctor. Whenever Finn was 7 months old, they told me at his doctor, at his pediatrician's office, that I just needed to wait it out. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I was like, it has to be something. And so I called around and I found an allergist that would do an allergy test on him because I thought that he was allergic to something. I didn't know that it was eczema because nobody told me that it was eczema. And so I thought it was just something in our house that he was so allergic to that was just causing him to have these terrible breakouts all over his body. And so finally I found an allergist an hour and a half away that was willing to see a 7-month-old baby and do a scratch test on his back. And so I hauled butt over there, and he's not allergic to anything, but that doctor also sees eczema patients, and he was like, your son has eczema and here's what we're gonna do about it. And that to me was everything. And so I hope that I can help somebody, and I hope that somebody can, you know, get at least pointed in the right direction. I don't know. So, but this wasn't really a vlog. It was just, I mean, it was a vlog because it's what we dealt with today. Finn's, I mean, that's pretty much all I thought about all day long was how do I make Finn stop itching and make those little bumps go away. That's all I thought about all day long. So I guess it really was a vlog. Anyway, but if you like this video or vlog, then thank you so much for watching. Before I even ask you to give a thumbs up, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. We put out a video every day. Sometimes they're things like this, or the best way to wash your child's hair. That's another video that we've put out before. And sometimes they're travel videos, like whenever we went to the Super Bowl or whenever we went to Disney World. You should hang out and subscribe and check out some of our other videos and leave us a comment down below. And we love talking to you guys. I try to answer every single comment. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye!